Today I'm going to show you how you can make a really effective fire starter for camping or barbecues or anywhere you need to start a fire, bonfire, using just some recycled materials you probably have in your home. So we have an empty egg carton, we have some dryer lint, we have wax. I've got purchased wax here because that's what I had, but you can use the ends of burnt candles, you can use crayon nose, whatever you have. So some wax. And then a few materials for putting this together. I have an empty jar. You could also use an empty can and a pot of boiling water to create a double boiler. Let's get into it. To start off, you take this dryer lint and you just gather as much of it as you can over weeks and weeks and stuff it into the empty compartments of the egg carton. Really pack it down in there nice and tight. All right, we've got our wax in the jar in the water, and the water is getting hot. The reason I use a jar instead of just putting it directly in the pot to melt is because later on, after you're done with this project, it's so hard to get wax out of a pot. So with this, since it was gonna go in recycling anyway, I can just check it out, and I've saved myself all of that cleanup. Now, if you're using a glass jar like I am here, you can also just pop this in the microwave. Obviously, don't do that with a metal can, in which case you'll have to use the double boiler method. Once the wax is nice and melted, carefully pick it up with your oven mitt or a towel. And then you're just gonna pour the wax over top of all these little balls of lint until they're well saturated. And then I like to take an old toothpick or takeout chopstick and just kind of mash it all down, make sure all of the lint is getting completely covered with that liquid wax. You can kind of see it squeezing out there. How much wax, how much lint, it doesn't really matter. Just as long as you get it nice and covered and really packed into each of these little egg carton cups. And if, you know, as I found here, I don't quite have enough wax for some of these, that's okay. This cost me nothing. It was made with literal garbage, so that's okay. And then once these cool and they set up and they're solid, you can just tear them apart one cup at a time, and they catch fire really nicely for all of your summer camping and bonfire needs.